Hello and welcome back to Destiny. Once more into the Taken
Hello.
King
And welcome back
I think
to
we're
Destiny.
I think we're interrupting something here.
Look, he's just having some alone time with his bae.
Ugg doesn't care.
Ugg has quests to complete that require skulls to be smashed.
Ugg has no concept of personal space. So yeah, we've got ourselves a soul crystal, but without a soul.
Fate has sent for you. Humor him.
And
Is
today,
that because they took your soul?
well, they took Crota's soul.
They killed his soul.
No, we did that.
Well, we can't let Oryx find you again. If you're gonna steal Crota's soul, you need some real.
We can be they. We are they to someone.
True enough.
Stealing from Rasputin. You are entering a world you do not understand.
Oh, don't worry about
Oh,
her.
hey.
She's
This
still mad
is,
about what you did to her ship.
Very relevant to things that have happened today.
Taken, and the war mine bunker's got the code we need.
Sup, Rasputin?
Dating the video 4 days ago, Warmind dropped.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. But
It's really interesting how they brought Rasputin back from the dead.
After all this time, how can we
All
be
right,
sure
so-
Rasputin has the code?
today,
I already stole it once.
in our hands, is not Zalo Supercell, sadly. I love that weapon, but I actually have Black Spindle on for my exotic weapon, and I don't think I used it, but for maybe once.
I know what those words mean.
Black Spindle was the exotic that we bundled with the last update that you weren't there for.
I haven't had much luck breaching Rasputin.
And
I was
Zalo
there in spirit, it's okay.
and Zalo Supercell is the auto rifle I had been using.
Oh, I knew that one.
Okay. Yeah, this is a legendary auto rifle called Arminius D. It operates, well, mine, I don't know if it... Okay, so
More interdimensional goo. Taken her here.
I have to explain this. So, in Destiny 1, weapon rolls are completely random on what perks you get and all sorts of things like that.
Hey, look at this.
So, the Arminius D that I have operates more or less like the Suros regime. When you aim down the sights, it slows down and does more damage. And,
Right.
and the second perk that I rolled was Outnumbered, which increases the damage and shit that it does when I have more than 3 people around me.
Taken are not bound by terrestrial constraints.
So it's pretty good, but
I'll bet they'll be constrained by terrestrial bullets.
I still prefer Zalo.
That's a mechanic they completely removed from Destiny 2.
Sadly.
Weapon stat rolls are now completely stock standard.
Yeah, well, they've kind of changed it with a mechanic they added, but it's still not quite the same.
Yeah, it's a negligible thing, but we'll talk about that when we get to that point in 3 years' time.
So, welcome back to Rasputin's Vault. It hasn't changed much except now there's Taken and Goo.
How'd they even get in?
They're the Taken. They just kind of show up.
I thought it was kind of like a Mario Sunshine type ordeal where someone had to paint the little black spots. Baby Bowser, is that you?
So yeah, I didn't really take much of a look at the place the last time we were here, so kind of taking my time looking at things.
And they said the Avengers was the most ambitious crossover of history.
Wow.
Put my daily meme in there somehow.
Ugh. So, Night Stalker. makes packs of enemies really easy.
Yep. And with a certain item in Destiny 2, well, I thought it was just overpowered beyond all belief, all comprehension.
Yeah.
Which is exactly why we're here.
We'll get to that again in 3 years' time when we get to that point.
So, one thing that I haven't really mentioned, but I kind of appreciate the, I'll call it verisimilitude, where, we killed Crota with our hunter. The exact same hunter, no less. And now we're fighting Oryx's horde with the same hunter.
Fantastic.
Yeah, see? Continuity.
Station to come back online after the collapse. Shortly after
It rhymes.
the regained control of the entire facility. But it all started here.
So, yeah, we've got the Thread to
like
thank for that
poetry.
one.
Wake himself?
So thank you, Thread. Good job.
I don't think the Thread knew what they were doing as much as I know what you're doing right now. I think it was just pure luck.
I'd like to think that someone who is voting knew what was up. I'd like to think, at least. Whether or not that's the case is another matter entirely.
Yep. We're finding out more about the bloody Hunter's Law than Ugg. Like, hasn't really done much.
He killed the Black Garden. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but the Hunter's basically killing an almost god.
Well, okay. The Hunter killed a Hive demigod and is currently single-handedly winning the Taken War. So, I mean, yeah, there's that.
What I'm saying is, our boy did one thing and now he's on vacation.
That sounds like a completely Ugg thing, perfectly frankly.
It really does. Just locked himself in the darkest room with the blackest walls he had available.
Just, no, he painted the interior of his ship completely pitch black, turned off all the lights, and is drifting through space.
Oryx views Rasputin as a threat. If we could
He returns to the tower to talk to Eris every now and then, but other than that,
we would see everything the Hive have hidden from us. No wonder they
the only
Must
thing
like her.
the only thing blacker than the interior of his ship is between his soul and Eris.
Heard the song White Wedding will get ready for the next hit single, Black Wedding, featuring Ugg.
You see, that's the real reason Ugg didn't want to leave Eris alone with that dude. See, we're getting some sweet Ugg lore in now.
All you gotta do is ask.
So, yeah, we haven't really been talking much about what's going on. We're fighting Taken, and we're getting some new sets of stealth codes from Rasputin, so that we don't so that we don't die when we go crash Crota's funeral party.
Rasputin, also known
no
as
logic
an
I
AI.
understand. I'm not sure if it can be
A war
modified
machine.
to work on a guard.
A warm mind.
Where do you think Blade Dancers got their cloaking ability?
God, that's even better than what I came up with.
Satisfied, we can finally end this. Return to the moon. Steal Crota's soul.
In any other game, that would just make no sense, and that would be hilarious. Return to the moon!
Okay, you've got the crystal.
That wizard came from the moon. You've got to kill it.
Hive are in the middle of some kind of funeral, so
Not a funeral. A death ceremony. Crota's essence is being prepared.
So let's go crash it.
Yes.
right.
Absolutely.
Crash a death ceremony.
What the hell else would we do? I mean, come on now.
Slip past the Taken. Find Crota's soul, wrap it up.
Man, I'm just
and
really
get out.
missing out on some things. He's fighting literal darkness. The hunter is fighting literal darkness and also crashing a death ceremony.
Where exactly are we headed?
Hey, recognize this place?
When the Death Singers begin their song,
Oh, no.
we are close.
What she's trying to say is that she doesn't.
I'm gonna turn around in a second. If you weren't being sarcastic,
And I will try not to step on his head.
this should be a pretty big clue.
No, I already recognized that.
Yeah, I figured. But I had to hedge my bets. Anyway, yeah. We're back in the Hellmouth
Damn.
pit.
Damn torches.
So, we're gonna revisit basically Crota's End here. Which is pretty fitting, honestly.
Stay out of
I wonder how many people like just played through this without having done the
You got
raid.
the frequency
I have
ghost?
no idea what this was all about.
And your modifications.
You're speaking to someone who did that because I wasn't around when Crota's End happened.
Quietly and unseen,
Right.
like death.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that this was kind of more or less it. But when I played through Crota's End through the LP, I was like, oh.
Let's hope this works.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
I can't see you.
Yep. This time there's no shenanigans with building a bridge. Well, I mean, there is, but it's not as complicated.
They can't see you, but they can
Oh,
still
we're
smell you.
sneaky.
Eris can replace her ship. We can't replace you.
Cross the chasm.
Yeah, last week you said there's no such thing as stealth in Destiny, and, sorry to prove you wrong.
I'm gonna guess this is gonna be some janky ass stealth.
No, it actually works pretty well. I mean, it's kind
Oh,
of...
okay, I can see.
Yeah, it's pretty simplistic, but it works.
Just be careful, Python. Remember, they can smell you.
Mm-hmm.
Careful. We've still got to avoid.
And for some reason, their smell radius
See-
is visible.
See, this makes sense. Why Ugg couldn't do this.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
would
no.
just walk through the door and they'd immediately notice him. That boy looks like he smells.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, whereas we had to do some shenanigans with a plate and some swords, now we just have to put a 2 musket. And hey, look, a bridge.
Man, if only they would have thought of that in the first place. It made that raid so much easier.
So yeah, like I said, it's pretty simple. It's all pattern based. Just take your time through here, and you won't get caught at all. I think.
Certainly no Metal Gear Solid.
Well, I mean, it's close enough. But I think on my first playthrough I was screwing around and I got caught a couple of times. But I mean, that's about the extent of it.
You think they heard that?
The Death Singers. They are preparing Crota's soul. for the
What
next
lovely
round.
singing.
Follow their cry. It was just as this when I walked in the dark. Their wretched songs in the wind as Ariana fell.
So, yep, we're coming close to where we need to be.
Reach Crota's
Hive
tomb
has some
and
interesting,
take what
kind of creepy
remains of his
things.
soul.
Oh yeah, dude, the Hive are really, really cool when you come to think about them. Also,
You know it when you see it.
scannable that I cannot scan. I actually cannot scan this.
Sorry, why not?
I'm assuming it had to do with the stealth. Yeah.
So wait, what? How do you scan it then? Do you have to come back here some other time?
I really don't know. I really don't know because I tried again later, and it still didn't work out.
I'd like to say this is not that spooky, because this is the music Ugg meditates to. I'll just throw that out there.
Iranuk. A couple of unnamed ones.
Think we found it.
Irhalak. Keep those names in mind. They might come up again later.
Crota's death essence.
And we killed Ir-Yut in Crota's End.
It's working. How much do we need to pass as an ascendant hive?
Only a taste, but steal all you
Why is
can.
Ghost whispering?
Something's wrong. We're exposed.
Uh-oh.
Walk for transmat. Get out of there.
And
Must have Crota's soul.
I like how the Death Singers just completely fuck off. They're like, nah, we ain't having any of this. Even though they could probably destroy the shit out of us. So yeah, I still can't scan it. No idea why. Well, I mean, I have an idea why, but...
At the same time,
Got to make it back.
You could also just absolutely kill them.
Oh, I mean, yeah. There's the possibility.
They're just as scared of you as they are, as you are of them. That's the way.
Yeah. So, this is all about survival. I think there's also a certain kill threshold that you have to meet, but other than that, just stay alive as best you can. Staying in this kind of small area is pretty good. The worst you have to worry about are the hobgoblins up top. But even then.
Right. So do hunters have the invisible? No, they don't have the invisible dodge in this game.
They actually do.
Oh.
It's much later in the talent tree, as it were. But yeah, they've got an invisible roll move that they can perform.
Fancy. And what does that replace?
I cannot remember. It has been quite some time since I looked at the skill tree. So yeah, staying in that little area, pretty safe, but we're not here for safety. Oh no, we're here for some excitement, danger.
That doesn't sound like it.
Have you heard Cade?
Taking minotaurs now.
Oh yes, taken Minotaurs. The first time we get to see them and they're dicks. I hate them. They are invisible. And they will gladly walk right up to you and punch you in your face.
Not surprised. Uh-oh. Oh, Eris is going mad.
Actually, when Eris starts speaking, that's your cue that you've done all you need to do. And just in time, too.
Wow.
It was the best I could do with so little time.
You are seconds from death.
One of Toland's tricks. There is nothing I fear more than the dark, but I will not lose another guardian. You've imprisoned the last whisper of Crota's soul. It is left to you now. Find Oryx on the Dreadnought. Destroy him.
Well, you heard the lady. Next time, we kill ourselves a king.
Like the sounds of that.
Mm-hmm.
Kill the king and then take his place, obviously.
Except, you know, we don't actually kill him because, that'd be too simple.
Psych out. There's still more videos to go of this expansion.